What's good? What's good? Ace Corner Talk here. Peace. Peace to all of y'all. Peace to everybody out there. Grateful to be alive. Got something good for y'all today. Gonna hit y'all with with some small talk. All right, nothing major. Want to show some love to all of the biker family out there. Just want to say peace to the Black Dragons. I want to say peace to my own biker crew, Baltimore Street Burners. I want to say peace to Street Kings. Peace to all the way from NC, Burn City MCs. So, want to say peace to all of those who are out there repping bike life. I just got a little something for y'all. Let me hit y'all with this real quick, and I'll be right back. This right here goes out to all the biker buzz. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Oh yeah, yeah. It's Big Moochie, baby. Big Moments MC. Oh man. Hey, check this out. I got this new line dance hustle, you dig? This going out to all my MCs all across the world. We gon' call this one here the biker shuffle. Walk it to your right. Now move it on up, hey, move it on up. Now walk it to your left. Now bring it on back, hey, bring it on back. Now kick with it, hop out in, now kick with it. Step to your right, now slide with it. Turn to your left with it. Walk it to your right. Now move it on up, hey, move it on up. Now walk it to your left. Come on, bring it on back, hey, bring it on back. Now kick with it, hop out in, now kick with it. Step to your right, now slide with it. Turn to your left with it. The biker shuffle, it's the biker shuffle. Let's do that biker shuffle. Come on, do the biker shuffle. Let's get it with the biker shuffle. MCs do the biker shuffle. Follow me with the biker shuffle. Let's go with the biker shuffle. Okay, y'all, here we go again. Big Mooch had to do it one more again. Everybody love my swag and how I do it. Made up a hustle, watch the world do it. Come on with a beat, move my feet to it. Put it on tag, MySpace, YouTube it. Since I'm an omen, you best believe that I gotta give it up for all my MCs. We gon' walk it to your right. Come on, move it on up, hey, move it on up, hey. Walk it to your left. Come on, bring it on back, hey, bring it on back. Now kick with it, hop out in, now kick with it. Step to your right, now slide with it. Turn to your left with it. All right, y'all. What I'm about to do right now, I'm about to call out all my MC clubs, all the ones I know, all of my face buddies, all the ones that hold it down when I come to their city. Hey, and don't get mad at me now if I ain't say your name. Don't get mad. Catch y'all up on the next one. Let's go. We got them old men, them Zulus, Rolls Royce Street hustlers too. Come on, them Begins and them Afrodogs that miss the nights to get out them hoes. That Hellraisers, Outcasts, Heavy Metals, and Jokers rap. Got Saint Side Kicks, Mighty Romans, them Gentlemen, and them Trojans, Renegades, Redliners, Hellhounds, and them Ghost Riders, Street Pirates, them bad boys. Keep it going. These are the Pack 69 boys. Got Riders Block, Rough Riders, DTP, and Naptown Riders, Lord of Armageddon, Urban Knights, Dragon Masters, and Lady Knights. We got
What's up? What's up? All right. So, just wanted to talk with y'all. Peace to everybody out there repping Ace Corner Talk, repping Food, Clothing, Shelter, repping Logic and Ace versus the world. I just want to say to my lovely wife, Queen C, peace. I love you. Mwah. She holding it down. Just peace to everybody. Peace to my brother Logic. Peace to you, bro. Slide to the left. See, I knew that'd get Logic's attention. I just want to shout out some of the bros, you know what I mean? So I know that right there in itself was going to touch Logic's nerve right there. So peace to everybody. But what we're talking about today is owning up to your own ish, whatever that might be to you. So we're talking about owning up to what you know to be true that you did that was wrong. Owning up to being the person that you're supposed to be, not what people are telling you you should be. When I come across people that do not know how to rationalize and know how to convey in a manner that would make sense to me about how to own up to something that they did, when they're using excuse about something else, about somebody else did it, or not owning up. See, let me say it like this. When I was little, I was always taught to own up to my own mistakes. See, that taught me valuable lessons as I grew to be older. You know, it taught me valuable lessons as I climbed the ladder in my life, how to own up to my own mistakes. When I sold drugs and I was out there doing things, I had to own up to my mistakes when I was out there. When I got locked up on numerous occasions, I had to own up to these things. I couldn't say this person made me do it or this person made me do it. I had to own up to my mistakes. In my marriage, if I made a mistake, I had to own up to my mistakes. I had to own up. If I did something wrong, I had to tell my wife, I did something wrong. I had to own up to, I had to man up to that. There's things in our lives that people fail to realize, that when we don't own up to what we have done, or we don't own up to where we are in life, we'll begin to play the blame game and then push it off as it is somebody else's mistake, rather than us looking at ourselves saying, this is my mistake, let me man up, and then let me move on. You know, on my job, I've made mistakes, had to man up to it. I had to say, you know what, that was my mistake, I did that, so let me own up to that mistake. You feel me? Even in friendships, if you made a mistake, and this is your friend, it's cool to say, you know what, that's my man, I made a mistake. I spoke out of turn, I said something wrong, whatever. I was ingenuous about what I was saying, manning up to what I've said. But I find it crazy that people that say that they belong to God, now say they subscribe to God, and I'm just going to throw this in there real quick. Say they subscribe to God, but when it comes to owning up to anything that they have done, they'll push it on somebody else. Now, God talks about it being accountable. That's the whole Bible is basically about having accountability, being accountable for you, for what you've done. When you die, and whatever you believe in, whether you go to heaven or hell, whatever you believe in, wherever your resting place is, you got to answer to something. Whenever you believe you just don't, you just don't. But I believe you're going to have to answer to something. What's good with you? My main man Kane. What's good, bro? Peace to you. So my thing is, when you got to answer to something, that means you have to come to grips with, you either did something or said something that was wrong. And then that means you're getting honest with yourself. You're getting honest with where you are in life. Like, you know what? I'm here in this particular place because I've done something or did something to allow me to be in this place. I find people that get honest with themselves, they go a lot further in life. See, I've noticed that when people start using excuses and blaming other people for their mistakes, they stay at the same particular space, spot. They don't move on in life. They're right there, and they have not found out how to move on in life because they use so much. They use so many different things to justify why they're in this position or why they're still stuck in the same place. I've seen people that use excuses like, you know what? This person said, or this person did this to me. And I'm going to tell you something. For men, it seems to be that my father wasn't there. Let me use that. Let me use this for example. My father wasn't there, so I chose to go out there and live a reckless life. And I'm only saying this because at a time, my father wasn't in my life for whatever circumstances, whatever reasons. But then me and his relationship got rekindled. But in my earlier years, I had uncles and strong uncles that was there to mentor me in a sense. You understand? But when it came to responsibility, I blamed everybody else. I blamed my father not being there. You understand? That's why I stay. Everything me and my family been through, whether it was good, bad, I never used an excuse to run out on my family. I said, these are my kids, my boys, my wife, my family. We got to make sure that we're moving forward. under the grace of God, moving forward, pleasing God, moving forward. I have to be an example for my boys, my kids, my daughter, my grandson. I got to be that example. So I'm using this as an example about my history with my father. Okay, so my father wasn't there, but at a particular time, he got rejoined or whatever. But when I was growing up from the age about maybe 14, 15, 16, it started to weigh on me that I didn't understand why I did not see him or did not have the relationship that I thought I needed. So when I started to deal with drugs and use drugs and do things, first thing I started to say was, well, my father ain't here. He didn't love me. You know, mother's in the military doing tours. These things affected me. So I started to do the blame game. People started to do the blame game. Okay, this is why I'm doing this action. This is why I'm carrying on like this. Because he was not in my life. He didn't love me enough. He didn't care about me enough. He didn't even think enough to call me. See, all of these things rationalized in my mind as a young man as to why my behavior was the way it was. But as I got older, all of those things that I was using as a crutch and an excuse, they was taken from me. Because now I'm an adult. I can't use those things as an excuse to say, this is why I went out there with my gun and was busting at people. I can't use those things as an excuse to say, this is why I'm selling dope and poison to the elders in the community. This is why I'm at the club every night gambling, shooting pool. I couldn't use none of those things as an excuse anymore. Those things was taken away, stripped from me. So now the only thing that I was faced with was the reality of my actions and what I did. When I was in the cell, looking at those walls, in the bars, in the grate, trying to look outside. When I was in that predicament, I had to look at myself. All I had was myself to look at. I couldn't blame nobody for being in that predicament but myself. It was up to me to get it right. It wasn't up to my grandmother to get it right for me. It was up to me. When I got out, I had dreads, looking crazy, lips dark from smoking weed, you know, out there wilding. And then she had a talk. And I would never forget it when she sat me down and had that talk with me. That's something that plays in my mind, sticks right there. You know, my grandmother been gone for a year and some change. She was 96 years old when she passed away, full of wisdom, and gave me wisdom. She talked to me, won't you cut that stuff out your hair? That's how she said it. Cut that mess out your hair. Won't you look like a decent, respectable man? I mean, she was just talking to me like, and it stuck. Out of all the talks that she gave me, for some reason, that stuck with me. She had to have that talk as a stern grandmother to say the actions and what you're doing ain't matching up with the potential in you to be who you should be. The selling the drugs, the girls, the things that you would do, none of that matches up with who I know you should be. And you know what? She was right. I couldn't blame nobody. Couldn't blame my father. I couldn't blame you because I was getting to the point that in my age of adulthood, a young adulthood, getting into adulthood, I could not point the finger at nobody for my particular circumstances that I caused. I had to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I did it. Now I got to man up to it. And it made me a better person that once I started to accept responsibility for my actions, it made me a better person because no longer was I able to plunder over the same mistakes. The mistakes I made, I had an opportunity to tell myself that, you know what? In spite of me doing what I just did, I had to man up to it and the consequences I might not like. When I was facing Fed time, I didn't like the fact that they had that leverage over me to put me away for a long time. But when I had the opportunity to go before the judge and do my bargaining and my pleading, I had to do my thing. I had to say, you know what? If you give me this opportunity, I won't be back before you. Out of all of the opportunities that I said to the judge I needed, I was sincere about that last time that I was facing those 50 years. Look, if you give me this chance, I won't be back before you, and I promise you that. And I meant it, because the reality hit me that I'm playing with my life. I'm playing with the actual chance or the actual opportunity to be put away for a long time over foolishness. All because I want to blame other people. That's where we are today. We got people in our society. We got men in our society that are playing the blame game. And then we got people that support them playing the blame game. We got people that are bigging them up playing the blame game. They did this to me, so this is why my actions are the way they are. Okay, we know that police out there killing our brothers and sisters. We know this. But just because they're killing our brothers and sisters doesn't give you the license to go out there and act reckless with your life. Does not give you that co-signing for that. Does not. I don't agree with it, and any logical thinking person will not agree with that. That just because police out there killing people, we should be reckless with how we deal with our affairs in our life. Just because my father was not there at a particular time does not give me the license to run out there recklessly with my life. It does not. And anybody that says it does, they're crazy. They're crazy in the head to say that you have a license to do something because somebody else didn't do something for you, or somebody else did something to you. Now, much restraint as we want to have, and much as restraint that we should have, I understand certain situations does not line up with our actions, of course. But at the end of the day, you in your own self, your own mind have to evaluate the cost of it. You have to tell yourself, is it worth doing this or not? Is it worth going the extra mile to put yourself in this predicament? Only later to play the blame game. Is it all worth it? Is it all worth going through the motions of this person did it, that person did it, my mother, my father, this, that, cousin, and this is why I'm in this predicament. Is it all worth it at the end of the day for nobody to fess up and nobody to take the blame but you? Because nobody's going to take the blame for what you did but you. You might try to point it off at somebody, but nobody's going to voluntarily stand up and say, yes, I did it. I take the blame for it. I helped and assisted his life, and that's why he's like that. I don't think there's nobody on this earth that will stand up and take the blame for your stupid actions and your stupid mistakes. Nobody would do that. Nobody. And if they did, I would question what will be the reason why you did that. What would be the reason why you stood up taking credit or taking the blame for somebody going out there recklessly mishandling their life? What would be the reason why you would do that? Because as I see it, every time I've made a mistake, I had to man up, own up to my mistakes, apologize, make right what was wrong. I had to do the noble and moral thing in a lot of my situations. And I've made plenty of mistakes. I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, I went to sleep with a decent conscience, knowing that, yes, I made a mistake, but I was man enough to own up to the mistake. Not laying down with a lie saying he did it, and that's how that didn't make me feel any better, saying that somebody else did something. It only put a band-aid off of on a bigger picture, that I wasn't capable of manning up, owning up, or even facing reality. See, when people put things off, they put band-aids on it, thinking that that's going to help. Well, he did it, this race did it, that person did it. Like, that's going to cure the issue at hand. It's not. is going to put a Band-Aid on the issue at hand. George Garcia is my man. Just want to say peace to you, brother. Big up to you, my man. Owning up will make you more true to yourself. And that's that right there is true in itself. Owning up to you, to who you are, makes you true, makes you real. Not saying they did it, or he did it, or she did it, but saying, you know what? I did this, and whatever the consequences is, I will face that. And then hopefully, if it is nothing too drastic, I will bounce back from this, or I will gain from this. I want to say the state of our race, the state of our country, whether you say it lies in the hands of other races or other hierarchy people, whether you want to claim that or not, I'm not blind to the fact that government are out here doing vicarious things or doing crazy things. I'm not blind to the fact that they're doing things to hurt our race. I'm not blind to none of that. But what I won't do is saying they're stopping me because of what they're doing. Because if you at any particular time say you trust in God like you say you do, what happened to we're more than conquerors? What happened to that? What happened to the point where God says we're more than conquerors through Christ Jesus? What happened to any of the scriptures that say that we're overcomers? If you say you subscribe to Christ. Now, if you don't subscribe to Christ, I understand. I'm not talking to you. But you can't use other people and say they're stopping us from doing anything when you associate Christ in the middle of that sentence. You cannot do that because Christ, that'll be a blasphemy against what God has already done and has declared in the Bible he will do. It's a blasphemy. For you to sit there and say you know God, you trust God, and believe in God, and then say another race or another person stops you from doing anything or stops our people from doing anything. That's blasphemy because God will give you the power to triumph, give you the wisdom to triumph over any situation or circumstance in your life if you trust in him. Now, if you don't, I ain't talking to you. But if you have any ounce of God in you and believe and trust in him, anything that comes in your direction, you should be able to triumph over it. Because the Bible did say that Satan is defeated. He's a defeated foe. Now, if you don't believe that, so what? But I believe it because I'm a testimonial to about what has happened in my life and the things I've overcame in my life. I'm a testimony of that, and I will stand on that. But for people to use things as an excuse and use other people as an excuse not to own up to your own dirt, your own business, your own backyard is a shame. It's a shame and a sin. It is. Because we, as much as we go through in life, as much as we've done, and as much as experiences that we've had, why should we give the credit to somebody else to have done that and give them the full credit for where we are in life? Because if you're going to give them the bad, why not give them the good then? If you're saying somebody did this or you're in this predicament, why not give them the good credit too? Why just give them the bad if you're going to give them the credit at all? I don't give people credit for nothing other than God, my wife, and myself. Now, I'm not talking, when I say credit, I'm talking about things that people have assisted or helped me or friends and stuff like that. Okay, I give them credit, but not in this manner. I'm not talking about in this manner because people try to take that and just switch it around. He don't give nobody credit, and I'm his main man. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in my affairs that I have done something or didn't do or whatever. That's what I'm talking about. So when we go through the narrative of playing the blame game about whether we are in a place to man up or not, you cannot, with a good guilty conscience, if that could be anything to be said, a good guilty conscience, sit here and say that somebody else stopped you when you got 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 eyes, and the ability to think, to do for yourself, and to triumph over anything that comes in your life. I'm sorry, I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. But it's crazy how people try to rationalize and try to paint that picture as if this is actually going to be my fate, my life, and anybody that I know fate in life. It's not. It's a small part of it. And if enough people come together and they say, you know what? We know this is happening, but how are we going to build our community? We relinquished and gave everything over to everybody, just like the Indians. When the Caucasians, the settlers came, they were so friendly and so timid, they invited them over. Come on. But then what they started doing, they started poisoning the animals, killing them all so they could take their land. It's no difference between us and them. We're doing the same thing. We're so inviting to everybody. Come on over. We'll look past all the things we've been through. Come on and then they'll take it from us and then we'll complain and say they did it. But why not stand and fight for what we have? Why not stand and fight for the ground we already treaded on and not use people to blame? How about if we make a mistake, let's correct the mistake and get it better. Not say they did it, this experiment did it, and this did it. How about we might have made a mistake in what we did, but let's correct it right now and get this together. Let's get this one thing we did not get right. I bet you our ancestors, Harriet Tubman and them, didn't blame white people. No, what they did do is say, you know what? I know we under this impression. I know they're killing us. I know they're doing this. But it's our responsibility to see that all these other brothers and sisters get in under this Underground Railroad. Let's get it. How about that? That's what they did. They didn't say sit in a chair and get on YouTube and start saying other people did things to them. Okay, they knew that they was under oppression. They knew they was being hung and lynched. They knew that they was under the hands of the white man or the white man. They knew all of this, but it didn't stop them from getting their other brothers and sisters in the Underground Railroad to freedom. It didn't stop them at all. It just made them more powerful and more empowered to do that for their people. But why do we, in this 2017, choose to use other races, other people, and other things for our downfall? When we choose to pick up crack pipes, when we choose to pick up weed, when we choose to pick up strong drink, when we choose all of these things as an option, you don't have to choose it. It's just an option, but don't mean you have to fall victim to it. And once you do, don't say I'm smoked out and can't get a job and it's the white people for putting it here. You're crazy to believe that. You see what I'm saying? We all been through a lot of pain. We all been through some things that we can say, you know what? It was not right. But God don't expect us to wallow in it. You understand? The children of Israel were lost in the wilderness for 40 years and was 10 miles away from their destiny. 10 miles. But they stayed in there because they complained, they murmured, and they argued, and they came against each other about stupid stuff. So God allowed them to stay there, only being 10 miles away from where they should be. And that's just like a lot of brothers and sisters today. They're right there in the wilderness and can't get out because they're constantly blaming other people. When are we going to man up, woman up, own up to what we do and make our life better? It's up to us to make our life better, not nobody else. Not grandma, not grandfather, not nobody but us. My mother can't make my life better. Even if she had $1 million. She can give me some money, but it ain't going to make me happy. True happiness comes from within inside. True happiness comes from what you do in life that's going to be gratifying to you. It's going to be gratifying in the sense that you're not stressing yourself out. That's where true happiness comes from. Your true happiness is not going to be found in no bottle, in no crack rock, in none of these things. Not in other people, other women, none of that. Other men, it's not going to come from that. If you want to be happy and truthful with what you do, be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. Stop telling yourself other people did something and then expect good results. you're not going to get good results. When you keep pointing your finger at somebody else is the cause of where you are. That's just like going down the street. That's just like going down the street expecting the drunk to be sober and after him living a life of 30 years of being a drunk. It might not happen overnight. But the reason why he's still a drunk and the reason why he's still on that corner is because he does not want to face the reality that he's a drunk. That's why he's still on that corner for 30 years, 40 years. That's why. Because when he sees himself as all right. But when we see him from the outside, we see that that bottle has his attention more than the people talking to him to get off the corner. I know you don't like it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. People hold on to things and hold on to people that they know for sure fact ain't going to do them right. But they justify it. They justify it. But then at the end of the day, when something happens, then they'll start pointing the finger. Oh, he did it. He did it. He did it. That's why I'm right here where I'm at now. And it's sad that people today still do that mess. That sounds like something from high school. When the teacher catch you slapping somebody upside the head, then he go at you. Now you in trouble because you went back at him for slapping you in the head. Now all of a sudden you playing the blame game. Well, yesterday he talked about my mother. That's why I slapped him. And sounds like some children's stuff. It just sounds weird to me that other people will blame other people for where they are when they have every opportunity on this God-given land to do anything and everything they wanted to do. But I tell you this, their attention is so captivated. It's so captivated with rappers. Nothing against them. But it's captivated with all the rappers. Badge and Bougie and all this other stuff, right? Captivated with jewelry and bling. With material things. And then they'll look at themselves and say, I'm nothing because I don't have that. I don't have that. So I'm nothing. I'm not where they are. So my life is garbage. What will make a woman go put implants all over her body that's not real, cut herself up just to enhance her appearance, and then blame somebody for all of the things that happen after the fact? You blame the doctor once your implants don't go right. But how about not putting the implants in you because it's not natural? It didn't come from God. It was man-made. Why not do it? But you blame the doctor when you get the infection and your whole hind part gone, your butt gone, your breast gone, because the infection ate it all up. But you mad now with the doctors and everybody else and at the world and want to sue people and get millions of dollars because they did something that was not natural to you. But you chose to do it because of your insecurity. You chose to do it because you're so self-insecure about where you are in life and looking at TV and that everybody else is doing it. So I want to do it to make myself feel better. And now you blame everybody else because it didn't work out the way that it worked out for them. I know that one right there going to touch a lot of people. I know it is, but I'm just speaking truth and factual truth to you. And a lot of people right now today, they're angry with society because when they should have been taking the little they had to make a lot, what they did was they misused that time and misused the opportunity that was given to them doing foolish things. So now that life and time has passed them by, they find themselves a little older. They find themselves without the resources that they once had that they could have used to make something out of themselves. So now they're blaming people for where they're not, for where they know they should be. I would feel ashamed if somebody that I'm twice their senior and they're doing way better than I am and didn't even have a silver spoon in them. I should feel some kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? I would feel some kind of way if a 20-year-old comes and he started from the gutter and he got a house, car, this, that, married, or whatever, and here it is, I'm in my 30s, and I don't have that. I would feel some kind of way. You know why? Because I would say that young man utilized what he had in his time to do whatever he needed to do to get to that particular place. And here it is, I'm in my 30s arguing about it, that I'm not there. Why? Because at some point in time, I probably blame somebody else for what happened or where I'm not. I teach my boys, my sons, own up, man up, don't lie. If you did something, say you did it. Whatever the backlash from it is, man up to it. Whatever it is, man up to it. But don't lie about it. If you did, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. Just man up to it. Don't lie to me and your mother. If you did something, man up to it. I teach my kids this. Because if you teach your kids to lie, they're going to lie to you. They're going to lie to everybody else. And everything they try to do to cover up their mistakes is going to be a lie. That's going to be a habit they're going to continue. So why not teach them the truth? Hey, this is what it is. Okay? Deal with this. Man up to it. Keep it moving. And what I'm saying today, y'all know this. Some of y'all know this through and through. Some of y'all been preached, coached, and everything else about what I'm talking about. But it seems like some people need a re-jolt. Or some people just need it reiterated, back into their remembrance or their hearing so that they can understand that what they're doing and saying is repetitive and falls in the line of victimhood. Never, ever, 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 ever have I played the victim role when it came to a situation. Never. Never had to. Because I owned up, and whatever I did, and whatever was done to me, I just took it. And if it was something that I could deal with, I dealt with it. If it was something that I couldn't, I brought it to God. Period, point blank. But most of the time, the type of person I am, I dealt with it. I went straight forward at it. I didn't give it any time to fester so I can make it out of something, so I can harvest it to make blame about it. There's a lot of people right now on YouTube playing the blame game. Oh, poor me. But don't even realize they're out here causing all this havoc, backbiting, gossiping, lying, spreading all kind of stuff. And then they'll turn around. Oh, look at me. They're talking about me, talking about my family, talking about this, talking about that. They're crying, but they're out there causing all the trouble. That lets me know those very same people, their life is a mess. Because that's not the only thing that they're stuck in when it comes to playing the victim role. That means they play the victim role in every aspect of their life. What we're seeing is only one part of it, but there's more that opens up because they cannot, it's something that's habitual. They're not just playing the victim role on that one particular, no, it's every single thing. They don't want to accept accountability for themselves. So they play the victim role all day long, all night long. Somebody said something about me, but you just did a whole live stream about somebody's family, somebody's loved ones. But then when you turn around and when it's brought back to you and that pain is inflicted on you, now you want to run and scary and talk about somebody talked about my family, my dead relatives, and my cousins and brothers. Who cares? Who cares after you spewed all your hatred and garbage? And you think somebody's supposed to just lay down? Just because these other lames lay down don't mean that everybody's going to do that. People got the right to stand up. What you think? We just supposed to let people do what they want to do? No way. Stand up. Don't play the victim role. This is 2017. We ain't got to play no victim role over this way. No. Stand up for who you are. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what you know to be true. Fight for it. Fight for it. And at least if something happened to you, you went down a fighter. Not nobody that's been crying, running in a corner, looking for people to scare you and help you. But at least if you do get some help, you're getting help from a position of you standing up fighting, not laying down in the ditch scared somewhere. This might be too much medicine for some people, but that's what I believe. That's what I believe. You don't have to believe what I believe, but I believe that. If I'm going to fight, find me in a position standing up fighting, not laying down, not scared, not running, but standing right up in front of whatever I got to face. And some people have not learned how to do that because they play victim so much and they point the fingers at other people. They don't know how to stand up and fight. All they do is they'll throw a little blows and then they'll go run. That's what they're used to doing. They're not real. They're not used to being in a real dog fight. Some of these cowards out here on YouTube behind these little troll accounts, they don't know how to be real fighters. They don't know how. That's why they do all of the things undercover, unexposed. They don't know how to get on there and be real with themselves because they're so used to running and scary every time something happens. They feel like not being exposed or not having their face shown or not being there. They run when things get heated. I can't be a part of this. It's too much for me. Too much for my ears. But you just finished listening to a rap song that got more cussing. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, what they're saying is too much for me. But you just finished watching a movie that was more glorified and more glory than anything I ever seen in my life. But come on. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You support people that bash other people, ramble, say things that's not true, but then when they do something to you, and then they come back at you, then you play the victim role. That's what I'm talking about. Own up to your own ish. Own up to it. If you've been around here doing things, saying things, and acting a fool, own up to it. Man up to it. So if it comes back your way, don't get there crying and running and saying somebody did this and somebody crossed the line. They crossed the line now. Or they crossed the line. They talked about, but you just finished bringing innocent people into a fight that you should have been man enough to stand up face to face. Facts. But you're too coward, too scared. Rather create troll accounts and then debate whether about it's you or not. Who cares if it's you or not? You did enough garbage that we suspect it's you. So if it's you, man up to it. Facts. I don't have time to play with little people, little insufficient people. They want to argue about how much money they got and all that. If you got so much money, you wouldn't even be on YouTube right now. You'd be on a yacht somewhere. So fall back with all that nonsense about what you have. You've been playing the blame game all your life. Obviously, I know you ain't got nothing because blame takes the focus off of you, puts it on somebody else when it should be on you and what you should be doing. That's what happens. When people don't own up to their stuff, what they choose to do in life, what they do is they point the finger away from them for what they're not doing. And that's why most of the people I have encountered that I still rock with, I see the success in their life. They show me the success, not by what they say, by what they have done, the track record. They show track record. They show the blueprint of it. In order to be successful, you got to follow somebody that has a blueprint of success if you want to be successful. If you ain't got nothing to show for it, I ain't talking about some homemade bootleg stuff that you went in your little corner closet and made and then put it on YouTube or monetized it and say you making money. No, I ain't talking about nothing. I'm talking about stuff that you can have a long track record to say this is something you can follow after that's going to produce in your life. That's going to produce in your life. If you ain't done that, shut up and sit down. Ain't nothing you saying going to hold any weight. Nothing. Till you start putting up some mortgage papers, car loan papers. When you start putting things up so people can see your name on there, I will shut up. If you ain't doing that, don't talk about what you got. Don't talk about what you have. If you got to put some papers up and show me. Show me your name on there. Show me with the print. Don't show me something. Don't talk about it. Show me. Because outside of that, it holds no weight. It just shows me you're just used to pointing fingers at other people, playing the blame game. Can't own up to your own mess. And the mere fact that anybody that can't own up to their own mess just shows me the inconsistencies about them and about who they say they are. Well, we know where that's going at. But to be honest and truthful, I understand how life can go up and down. I know life has its ups and downs. It has its bad and good days and all of this. It does. Life comes with all of this. We're not promised silver spoons. We're not. You might have been dealt the bad part of life or the bad end of the stick in life. But does not mean that's going to be the rest of your life. That might only be a particular moment in your life where you're experiencing this. But if you wallow in it, if you continue to fester it, if you continue to allow that to be the legacy of your life, that's all it's going to be. Some people right now, legacy is going to be so petty and terrible. The legacy some of these people leaving on YouTube, that's so funny to me that if you got small kids, you want their legacy to see you in this low state, that at any given moment they can go back and see how low you was or how disrespectful and nasty you've been to women and people and families. That's what you want your legacy to be? Your kids? That's sad. That's sad that you don't even think enough about your family and kids, that you can't even conduct yourself in a decent manner. Now, I'm not talking about people who defend themselves. I'm not talking about people who make a video defending the things coming against them. I'm talking about people who maliciously go from one person to the next, bashing, slandering, lying, all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. But I just thought I'll throw that in there. But owning up to your own issue. Me and Logic, we did live streams, and I think one of the most powerful live streams we did was talking about unity. I think the word in itself is a powerful word, unity. But when people take unity and try to dissect that word and try to dissect what it really means and put a spin on it, such as blame, non-accountability, non-acceptance, when you add these things to it, it just destroys the whole entire word of unity. If we are ever going to triumph as a people, if we're ever going to triumph as a race, if we're ever going to triumph as individuals, we cannot play the blame game and say other people did this, and this is why we're in this predicament. I know about my history. I know about what my ancestors been through. I know about slavery. I know about all these things. But in 2017, with all the technology, in 2017, with all the capabilities that are out here, we should have learned by now how to be our own masters over our destiny. Not putting it in somebody's hands, not putting it in white people's hands, not putting it in Chinese people's hands, saying they had the power to put me in this position. What about you holding the power? What about getting back up saying, I have the power to get up from where I'm at and put myself in a better position? See, I can talk like this because when I was a bad boy, when I was out there selling that dope, I thought I would never be nothing but that. People even said that's all I would be. I was nothing. But when I turned my life around, when I turned my circumstances around, when I got married, helped my family down, stuck in there through the hard and good times, that showed me that I had the ability. See, taking care of your family and taking care of your children and your wife or your girlfriend or whatever is not only doing that, it shows that you have the stability to do other things. If you can hold, that's what the church talks about. If you can hold your family together, then you're able to do things in the church. If you can't do that, then how are you going to deal with any affairs over God's business? If you can't handle your own affairs at home. And I see people today, they talk about what they used to do or what they used to be. But now they're blaming people. How about go back to what you used to be and what you used to do and continue the same pattern that got you there? Well, oh, Trump is in office. That's why I can't get this job, or I can't be where I'm at. But you're gonna put it all on Trump. Trump don't care about you, about your circumstances or any of the sort. But you give him the power and he ain't even thinking about you and don't even know your name. You give him the power though. Instead of saying, you know what? Let me get off of let me get off my keister. Let me go try to find out what kind of programs they got to help me since I've been in this predicament. What kind of programs they have that I can utilize to get ahead. Right now, people that have felonies, they can go right now to the government. The government, they're bashing. They can go right now. They got programs where you can get your CDLs if you ever been locked up, and they'll pay for it. Right now. People don't even know that, but they're so used to complaining, they have not found out or haven't even inquired about these things. When I first came to Baltimore, I went to barber school, and it was paid for free because I was locked up and incarcerated. They paid for it, people. That's how I went to barber school and had a career in barbering. They paid for it. But idiots are out here complaining, want to sell dope rather than trying to check in to see what they can do to better themselves. They'd rather use the blame game and then get killed out there trying to portray something or hold something down, trying to hold their block down, their street corner down, when they don't even care nothing about them. Blow their brains out in any given moment. See, I'm talking from experience, people. When I first came to Baltimore, they have nothing to my name. Nothing, man. Nothing. Seen a dude on the bus stop one day, had his barber bag, was coming right from barber school one day. And I said, oh, you barber and all that? Yeah, I go to school. Then he told me, he was like, man, look, I've been locked up. I'm fresh out of prison. And they got a program right now. If you go down there, Mount Roy, blah, 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 blah. If you ever been locked up or been to prison or whatever, they'll pay for it. And what did I do? I went right down into Mount Royal. Right down into Mount Royal. And guess what? That next week was in barber school. $2,000 and something dollars, or a little over $2,000 and something dollars, paid for it by the state. I didn't play no blame game. I didn't say I'm in this predicament because of this person, that person. I took what was given to me and I made something out of it. I said, you know what? I want to do that. I want to do that. And I did that. No blame in it. Come on, people. It's time to wake up. If y'all want to ever do something positive or ever show somebody else, stand up and stop pointing fingers at other races and other people saying this is why you can't get ahead. Because if you get rid of all of the garbage, get rid of all of the garbage talking people, all the faithless people in your life, and focus on what you really want to do and really do it, watch how you will succeed. You will. I'm a testimony of that. When I first got my house, that was a dream to me, man. When I first got the papers on my house, it was a dream. It was a dream, but it didn't stop there. I went and I got another one. Me and my wife, facts. Then I went and got another one, 3 houses, facts, 6 mortgages, facts. I didn't stop there. I didn't let faithless people say, you can't do this. I went and did it. Facts. I didn't let faithless people saying white people gonna hold you back. because they put poison in food. They put poison in vaccines and poison. They do these things. I know this. I know this. I don't keep that so far from my mind that I can't grab it at any time. It's right here. But I'm not going to fester on it so much that I'm not going to be able to accomplish some goals that is needed to be accomplished at this time to further what I'm trying to do. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to allow that to stop me. What other people are doing. It can't. It can't. Because while they keep continuing to progress, I'm degressing. That's what happens. Oh, they did this and they did that. While you keep on saying they did all of these things, these people are steadily climbing the ladder. And I'm sitting here looking like a fool and got nothing to show for it other than blaming other people, blaming other races. I know they do these things. I know it carries on every day. I know the government ain't right. I know all these things, but what am I going to do? Am I going to just sit still and continue to blame them while not making no movements, or I continue to move forward? Now, let me tell you what I did with the houses. I didn't blame nobody. I didn't blame people. I took the houses and I put veterans in there, homeless veterans in the rooms. Made sections in the rooms. I'm a carpenter too, by the way. Have my own business. So, made rooms. Put them in there. Some of them didn't have no identification. Some of them didn't have nowhere, they didn't have nothing. We had people to take them to go get their right credentials. We had people help them. This is what I did. I could speak from a position of strength because I've done it already. I never played the blame game of my life other than when I was in my youth getting locked up selling dope. I didn't want to admit that I was making dumb mistakes out there. But when I became an adult and I got the opportunity and I knew it was possible, I didn't blame nobody after that point. I kept it moving. And I have things to show for it. Right now, today, I have things to show for it. My family is a testimony of it. I'm a testimony of it. And then even if you want to talk about material things, is a testimony in my life of the things that I did, not blaming other people, but holding myself accountable. Facts. So while y'all running around talking about white man he did, whitey did it, white man did it, this person did it, keep staying in that same sunken place. Keep saying it, staying in that same mindset. You ain't never going to move forward in your life. Never. You're just going to link up with other people that talk that same rhetoric, and you're never going to move forward. Never. And if you do, I applaud you. You're one in a million. But everybody that I know that have accepted responsibility and tried to clean themselves up, they have moved along in life and have made something out of the little they had. I know people that went to prison and came out of prison and have did great things with their lives. Got good jobs, moving on. They're not saying since I've been in prison, the white man locked me up. The white man gave me 15 years. I know a brother right now, one of my best friends. This brother came. He got out after doing 17 years in prison. And this brother right now is balling and doing it the right way. He got over 6 houses under his belt. I'm going to get him on here one day and let him give his testimony. Over 6 houses. Got a job. Doing good things. Got vehicles. The man did it the right way. Not scamming people. Not coming to YouTube slandering people to get likes so they can get 1,000 subscribers to get money. Not playing a blame game whether white people did something to stop them or Chinese people or green, yellow, blue. No. He said, you know what? I'm out of prison. I ain't going back. Let me try it a different way. And this man used to push keys, people. I seen keys this man pushed. I seen him chopping keys up before. Some of the stuff that y'all people have never seen, only dreamed about. I've seen it with my own eyes and actually assisted in it. But this man came out of prison after 17 years. He brought me to Baltimore, but came out of prison and made something out of himself. Not once have I heard in his mouth, oh, this white man sent me to prison. He manned up. After getting caught with them bricks, he manned up. He didn't point the finger at people. He didn't rat people out. He didn't snitch and say somebody gave it to him. He didn't rat the bosses out. None of that stuff. He took his 17 on the chin and did what he did. Did his bid, came out, now he's successful. That's what real men do. All these suckers on here talking about what they did and what they, all that is a facade. Get real with yourself. Get right. You sucker. That's sucker stuff. It's simple, small-minded, and it's sucker stuff. Get real with yourself. Grow up. Let's talk about what we gonna do, not what somebody else did to us and how they're holding us back. Because they're only holding you back because you're letting them and you want them to. So you can use that as an excuse to point the finger. Because you don't want to put the hard work in. You don't want to. Let's face the fact. You don't want to put hard work in. You don't. You'd rather say somebody else did it so that you can live your life and feeling good about you blaming somebody else. While all the while, that person that you're blaming could care less 1 cent about you and moving on with life and prosperity. You feel me? Yeah, I know the blame is going to be mad. Yes, that's right. Tiffany Smith, I know they're going to be mad at me. Blame is going to hate me. I'm surprised the trolls ain't coming here yet. They'll get blocked, but I'm surprised they ain't in here yet. They're going to blame me for bringing this type of live stream to them. They're going to blame me and hate me because I'm speaking the truth. I'm exposing people who blame other races, other people for our condition. They're saying our people are in the condition they're in because of white people did it, which is the saddest thing I ever heard. We're in our condition because the mistakes we make and not refusing to own up to the mistakes that we make. Once we come to grips with what we do as individuals, we can't blame anybody else. Then we can work on what people are doing. We can work on that once we get ourselves out of the way of blaming other people. How can we target other people, go after somebody else when we are the hindrance to ourselves? We're the hindrance. Not in every case, but in a lot of the situations that I've seen so far, we have been a lot of the issues and the problems. Not in every single one. Not in every single one. I got to make that disclaimer. Not in every single situation, but in a lot of the situations we have. And let's be honest with ourselves. When I walk down my street right now, I don't see the white man out there selling no dope right now on the street corner. I don't. I will get my camera, my phone right now, walk down my street and just point everywhere, and you won't see white people selling the dope right now. They just not. So I'm not going to blame them when little Johnny get killed and shot. I'm not going to blame them when little Roof and all them other dudes get killed out there. Gang bang. I can't blame white man. He might have put it here, but I can't blame them for when we go out there and kill each other. Can't blame them. Because they didn't make us do it. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. Tiffany Smith. That's right. That right there is so positive. They do try to set us up. We know that. But we cannot fall short. We can't fall short because they're setting us up. If they're setting us up, then that means we got to find another way, find another device, or find something else to defeat them. Another way to do it, other than selling drugs or dope or doing all of these crazy things and then turning around saying, well, the white man did it to us. That's why we're in this condition. All that's showing is that we're not using our mind or using the power of our brain enough to say, you know what, we're smart enough to defeat him. We're giving them credit of being smarter than us rather than saying we have enough brain power to defeat them and what they're doing. It's crazy to me that we have put ourselves to such a low standard in life that we can't even think we can defeat people that are so-called setting us up, which they are, but that are so-called hindering us from moving forward. You know how many times I was set up by white people? But I have not used that as an excuse to succeed in life. because I have it in here. My heart says I'm more than a conqueror and I will succeed. My heart says that. My heart says that. I believe it. I believe it. I don't have no other reason to believe that I will succeed in life because I believe it in my heart. It's not up here. It's here. I had to fight to believe that. And when you tangle and deal with other people that don't have that, all they will continue to do in life is talk that same talk about what somebody else did, and they will never go nowhere. And you won't go nowhere hanging around them, being around them, talking with them, associating with them. You ain't going to go nowhere because then they're planting doubt in your mind. When you have started off strong, victorious, they're planting doubt. And all of a sudden you're wondering why you're not doing the same things you used to do or doing the things that had got you to where you are with the same fight. You're not doing that no more because you stuck around, hung around people that have no fight, no drive, no zeal, and don't want to move forward in life. The best thing I could have ever done was move away from where I used to live. The people I used to hang out with, all the negativity that they used to do and I used to do. The best thing I could have done was move. By moving, now I don't have all of those things to use as an excuse. I can't say they come into my house with the blunt anymore because I moved away. I can't say that I'm out there gang banging with them anymore because I don't associate with them anymore. Miles away. So how can I blame anybody? Now I'm in a new city, new town, new everything. All I have is myself. So from this point, if I make mistakes, I have to look at myself. I have to look at what I did. Oh, okay, true. All right. I got a Logic. I got a I'll set up yeah, she can call in. I'll plug my mic in. I know how to do it. I got you. So if anybody did want to call in, number is, what's my number again? 443-376-8842. So if you did want to call in, I'll take the call. I'll plug you in. 443-376-8842. I'll put it where I can get the call through. Oh, man. Y'all give me a second here. Give me 1 second. Let me get my cord right. Time out. All right, bam. Here we go. Got it. Phone about to die. Okay, bingo. Let's see if we got some action right here. All right. All right, so if you call in, I got you good. Bingo. All right, callers, you call in, got you. I'll put the number in there. Don't be scared if you're scared. Let me see. But anyway, getting back to this. Owning up to your own ish, your own stuff, your own whatever it is. Owning up to it. Not using people as an excuse. Not using other races as an excuse. Not using family members as an excuse. All of the narratives that you can go down the line. Not using nothing as an excuse. What we've done, what I've done, what you've done. You feel me? No doubt, no doubt. Whatever we have done in life to put ourselves in this particular situation, whatever we've done, let's man up, own up, woman up, whatever you are, whatever, gender up, whatever you are. Own up to it. You understand? Own up to that. If you are not in the position that you know you shouldn't, that you know that you're not in, if you know the position that you're in is crazy, if you know the position that you're in, you have fell short because you blame people or other things or whatever, man up and move forward in life and do what you got to do to be successful. That's when we can begin to fight. We can pick up the fight from that point. We can't fight for what you blaming people. That's not how the fight is going to be waged. You see what I'm saying? If you're sitting there blaming people for the cause of where you are, we can't fight from that position. We'll fight once you accept responsibility. Once you do that, then we can pick up from that point and continue with the fight. Then that's when it's on. I will stand right there with you, and we will do it. We will do what we got to do. But if you sit there and you blaming people, I don't know if I can fight with you. I don't know if I can trust you. Because you might start blaming me if we in the battle. You see what Ace did? Look what he just did. That's why I had to fall back. You start blaming me. So that's why you can't rock with people that blame other people, other races, other stuff. You can't really do nothing with them because they'll turn on you and blame you if their situation is not right. Well, it was him. Ace did it. I'm where I'm at because Ace did it. That's what they'll do. They'll turn on you. But when you accept the responsibility, you have nowhere to turn but to yourself. Accountability, responsibility, two powerful things that any person can possess. When you possess that accountability, when you possess that, when you hold tight to that's powerful because you know without a shadow of a doubt that if you make a mistake, you have to deal with it, not nobody else. It's a sad thing when you make a mistake, then you push it on somebody else to deal with. It's very sad. It's very sad. But when you say, you know what, I made a mistake, and I'm a man up with this one. This one is mine. I'll take that charge. I'll take my hat and respect anybody with that. Even in the drug game, if you was dealing drugs or whatever, if you held tight and didn't rat nobody out, I respect you for the fact that you took the charge and it was you. Not ratting people out because you want to lighten your sentence. It might be negative activity, but I'm talking about I can respect somebody that would say to themselves, this is what I did to get myself in this position, and I own that up. I respect that. Now your activities I don't respect because I don't no longer do that, and I think that hindering us. But if you say I did this and this is what I'm involved in, these are my actions, I'm gonna man up to it. I'm not gonna rat you out. I respect the fact that you're manning up, saying that I'm not going to rat somebody. I respect that. And anybody that stands up for themselves and say, you know what, I accept my responsibility. I can give you that respect, but I can't respect you as a man if you are blaming other people when you should be man enough to stand up and fight for what should be yours. Some men don't even have enough to fight for their own family. Let their family go down and smoke. They'd rather run. They'd rather run rather than fight for their family, fight for the survival of their children, fight for the survival of their loved ones. But they'd rather run and hide and watch their family go down and smoke and get divided. Kids in foster care, wife going crazy. Why not stick in there? Fight for your family, fight for your kids, do whatever you got to do. Man up. Why not do that? And then come talk to some real brothers. You got people want to point the blame at other people. This is why I'm in the condition I'm in, and this is why my life ain't no good. And then they'll turn around and then they'll give credit to somebody else for keeping them in this oppression. Well, the white man did it. Why are you giving them that much credit? Last time I checked, the more you give somebody credit, you're giving them ownership of you when you give them so much credit. How about take some credit for your own self and say, you know what? I'm in this predicament, or I'm in this situation, or I'm in this place because I put the work in or because I did not. How about that? But I ain't going to beat the dead horse. I'm not going to beat the dead horse because I understand this. People are only going to do what they want to do. We can't make them do anything. You can show people videos and pictures and slides all you want to. But people, they're going to do what they want to do. They're going to say what they want to say and live the life they want to live. You can talk to a crackhead about crack all day and how bad it is, that they shouldn't do it. That's not going to deter them for getting that blast. I guarantee you that. They're going to be out there tweeted up with their eyes big as quarter pieces. Mouth sunk in. I bet you they will. You can sit there and mentor and talk to them all day long until they get ready, until they had enough, until they are tired is when the change will come. If they have not reached that rock bottom, ain't nothing you gonna say, nothing you gonna do. Ain't no slides, ain't no pictures, no posts, no magazines, no nothing gonna change that thought to want to get that beam up. Beam me up, Scotty. Ain't nothing gonna change that. They going to chase it, run after it, whatever. And that's the facts. You feel me? That's the facts. When people get tired of blaming other people, that's when they're going to accept responsibility. When they get tired of having no results in their life. Because when you blame other people, you won't get results, period. No results. You won't get it. You'll get a momentarily result, which will only result back to you as to where you are, not to what they're doing. That's why when you got people on YouTube, they said this and they did this to me. Nobody, the people looking at you like you crazy. All the madness you did, and you think that little stuff that somebody might have said about you is going to hold any weight against all of the trash and garbage you did? That's what people don't realize. They're looking at you real stupid right now. You crying and playing a blame game when you ran around and did all of this madness to people and carried on with like nobody's business. But when something happened to you, now you turning around crying wolf. That's funny to me. Y'all talking about my son. Yeah, I tell you, boy. My son is something, but he got strong examples. He got strong examples. His brothers, man, they so, you know, I don't know how to word it. They like real aggressive. You know what I mean? They're like me. We aggressive. You know, you know what I mean? That's what I don't know. That's just what they are. So my 3-year-old, he tries to act like he's their age. We was driving in the car. He told me, I'm a grown man, Mom. Me and my wife looked at each other like, this boy here is out of control. But he was dead serious. He believes he's a grown man. He's only 3 years old. But he sees how we act. He sees how we respond and how we are victorious in our lifestyle. He sees that. So it's only rubbing off on him. It's innocent, but at the end of the day, he sees that around him. Why you think little kids grow up and they so feminine at the age of 8 and 9 and stuff, and they talking about they're gay and they're this and they're that? It's because something around them, they're growing up with that. Somebody around them is co-signing it. Somebody around them is being that, doing that, or showing them that. That's why at the age of 9 or 10, they're switching and acting like this, talking like this. That's why. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't bashing none of the LBGTs and all that. I'm just giving out my opinion about that. Just my opinion. So, true that, Tiffany Smith. Yeah, that's right. You got to start them early. You got to start your kids early. You got to start them off on their journey early. And then once they begin to move in life, they can get a sense for their own how life is. But you at least got to give them a blueprint or give them something strong to stand on. You know what I mean? You got to give them something. You just can't allow them to fend for themselves. Now, I know people that have done that. I know people that have not had a strong rearing or a strong background growing up. hadn't had their mother and father there. And their life shows it. They're reckless with their thinking. They're reckless with how they live life. But we're going to start this thing off, man. We're going to start this thing off. You know, me and Logic, we got a challenge, you know, a truthful challenge. And yeah, it was pretty decent, man. I enjoyed it yesterday. The live stream that we did, it was an okay live stream. You know, I want to say much respect to the sister, Truthfully Honest. Just want to say much respect to the sister. She had her points of views and she came with how she feel. She was passionate about it. We don't fault her for that. We don't come against her for that. What she believes and how she feels, how she feel and how she believes. And how me and Logic feel, or how I feel personally about what I stand for and what I believe is what I believe. But what makes a good show and what makes a positive outcome is that even with the differences, why can't we find what's positive in what we're talking about and move forward with that? That's what I promote always. Okay? Even with our differences, what can we stand on and say this is where we can move forward from? If we can do that in any live stream that I'm involved in, then I call that a success. A successful live stream. That's what I call it. But if we can't do that, then it just means that we're not moving anywhere and we're staying stagnated with what we're saying we're supposed to be doing, which is helping people and giving solutions to problems and issues that we all face. Not just me, not just you, but everybody. That's true. People don't respect other people's opinions anymore. And it's a hard thing. When you don't respect other people's opinions, you know, it gets trampled on. But like I said, I'm not saying I didn't respect the angle the sister was coming from. I did. But my point of view on it was everybody's on different levels. And that's what I should have brought and I should have said to this sister. Everybody operating on different levels. So the level she might be on, that might be where she's operating at. And I didn't even think about addressing that. See, because if you're on a different level, then I can't fault you for that's the way you think. But I'm beyond that level. I did that. I was on that level when I was like in my teens, man. I blame white man for all of that stuff. I was in my teens when I did that. You dig? I was in my teens blaming people, blaming a white man. I lived in Carolina at a particular point in time. And them white people was as hatred as they can get. And I used the blame game as far as I can take it. When I moved away, got my life together, everything I did from that point, I couldn't blame white people because I knew the dumb mistakes I was making was my choices. So maybe we were on two different levels when we was talking about what we was talking about. Maybe we was. So I apologize to this sister if she ever might see this. I might apologize to this sister if I came off a little bit ingenuous about the level she might be on, or a little ingenuous about what she was saying. That wasn't my goal. My goal was to basically say, okay, I'm not on that level and I don't care about what they're doing. How about let's move forward about what we need to do and about cleaning up our backyard. We can clean up our backyard, then we can move forward with all these other issues. And I believe that right there, we did not hit that because we was going in a merry-go-round about all this other stuff, which kind of took everything left field. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I respect this sister. She has good information and good knowledge that I believe would be helpful to a whole lot of people. So don't get me wrong. I'm not in the business of holding people down and bringing people down. I believe that sister has a powerful testimony when she decides to share it. I believe she has powerful insight on certain things. But at this particular time where I am in my life, where I feel that I'm going in the direction that I'm going, that kind of meat for me right now is not going to help me. It's good information, but it's not helping me because I've rose on a different level beyond that. I'm beyond that now. You feel me? Anybody that attaches themselves to Ace Corner Talk, they're going to get that higher echelon. You feel me? Like they're going to get that higher part of it. They're not going to get that surface stuff. I'm beyond the surface stuff. I'm beyond blaming people now. Because I know that right now, I gotta get on my A game. If I'm ever going to be successful and succeed, I gotta stay on my A game. I got to. I can't get back on that smaller stuff. Now, if somebody's on that level, Godspeed to you, peace to you. I'm not bringing you down. If that's where you are, eventually you'll climb the ladder whenever you decide to. That's on you. But I will not go back to that, because I knew the ground I had to tread to get beyond that. And I knew the mental state I had to be on to get beyond that point. So I don't go back to that. People that are on that level, let them stay there. I don't argue with them. I shouldn't even argue with them. If they're on that level, if they're on that particular plateau, God bless you. Hopefully, whatever you're looking for in that realm, you'll get it. But with me, I'm beyond that, and I will not go back there. You know why? Because I rose beyond that. And at one particular time, I was there. And when I was there, it wasn't a happy place, because all the mistakes I've made only allowed me to put a Band-Aid on it. And people that co-signed it and people that patted me on the back, yeah, it was them. They only co-signed my foolishness. They didn't make me face reality about me. And that's just where I'm at with it. You know, that's where I'm at. I'm not mad about anything that took place yesterday. What took place needed to take place. You understand? It needed to, just to show me and to show us where we are as a people. We're never going to be able to climb and move forward if we don't get on the same page. So somebody meant to say we live forever. The only people, Mother Nature, the only people that die is fools. Fake people. Fake people, the sad part is they don't know they've died. Okay, that's a good opinion. I don't strike against that opinion. If that's your opinion, God bless. But what I do say is this: there's good people in hell and there's bad people in hell. I know that. There's good people with good intentions in hell. If you believe in it, whether you don't or not, there's good people in hell with good intentions. That's not what catapults us to success. It's not your intentions. Because intentions, people got intentions to do well every day, but don't do it. People got intentions to kick habits, but they don't kick the habits. Intentions are not going to move us or catapult us anywhere. That's not going to do it. Action will, but having the intentions are not. Show by actions, that will. That definitely will. And as I see it, every time I come across people that we might not see eye to eye, there's always an argument that wants to spew out of it. Since I've been on YouTube, rather. Let me say it like that, because I'm not talking about YouTube. They always want to make an argument about what they believe in and all that stuff. Okay, I'm not arguing about what you believe in. If that's what you believe in it to the core. I don't care about that. That's not what is going to detour me or going to stop me or have me going in any direct. That's not it. So whether you believe in something or not, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. Believe in it. If it works for you, work it. I'm not going to come against that. But neither are you going to detour me from what I know to be true and what I believe in. Now, I'm an open-minded person. Now, if what you're saying or what you're doing, if I don't understand it, I'll keep an open mind to it. But if it's somewhere I already been, then it's no need for me to even buy into it or pay it any attention, because I know for a fact I've been there. You understand? I've been there, done that. So there's no need to go back there. See, people want to keep going back when they should be moving forward. You're never going to continue to journey forward if you keep going back. Lot's wife, she kept looking back. And what happened? God turned into a pillow of salt because she kept looking back. Kept looking back. Stop looking back in life. Move forward. Things happen to you in your life. Don't keep plundering on it. Say, okay, that's a period of time it happened. Let me move forward in my life. I can move on now. I need some resolution about this. I need to move on. This is not healthy for me to stay in this position. See, people are in unhealthy positions and they're staying there instead of moving forward, saying, you know what? This ain't healthy. I need to move forward so my mind, my health, my everything can be better. People are so stressed out right now that they're toxic on the inside, lashing out at people, arguing with people, fussing, cussing, and fighting. It's because they don't have Troll Free Thursday, no doubt. See, it's because they're festering things on the inside. All this gray is not because of stress. Let me tell you that right now. My father, this is inherited. This is a gene inherited from my father. My father's completely gray like this. So it's my inherited gene. So this ain't because of stress. 39 years old. I ain't stressed out. You understand me? I'm not stressed out. Ain't no trolls on YouTube stressing me. Ain't no people in my life stressed. None of that. This is all inherited stuff. You feel me? This ain't stress. This is inherited. So I ain't mad. You don't see bags around my eyes. You don't see I look youthful to be 39, other than my gray, if you want to keep pointing that out. All right? So gray is gray. So what? Who cares? But I'm not stressed out about things that I've already triumphed over. There's no need to be. If I already came through it, what's the sense of sitting there plundering over it and being mad and upset about it? Just like these trolls come on here. They think they're doing something by saying what I used to be or what I used to do or all of this stuff. That stuff are testimonies, but it don't hurt me. It don't bother me. You know my name, that don't bother me. You know where I live, that don't bother. None of that stuff bothers me. But you try to use it against me as if that's supposed to be something that's going to detour me or make me angry. Oh, I'm mad now. I just fight back with facts and information, stuff that hurts you, but don't even bother me. Just doesn't. I know you would love it to. I know you would like it to, but it don't bother me. Don't bother me at all. Because I understand that where I'm at now, you're hating on me for a reason. See, people get hated on for a reason. It just doesn't come out of the blue sky. The obsession with other people, the obsession with that comes from somewhere. Why is the obsession about me so great? Why are you looking to destroy me so much? It's because you're inferior to me. You're mad that I'm in a place that you're not and that you can't get to. If you work as hard as me, you'll be where I'm at. Simple. Simple. That's why I don't choose to strike. I'm on the defense. I'll stay on the defense. There's no need for me to strike back at nobody. There's no need for me to be the person who ignites the fire. I put out the fire. I'm that person. I'll put that fire out real quick, bro. Real quick. I don't start it. I'll put it out. And people hate that. They hate the fact that they try to get under my skin and they can't. So what they'll try to do is they'll slander. Then when that doesn't work, they'll try all these different things. But when it doesn't work and doesn't succeed, they'll get mad. I put the fire out. I'll come back. And when I come back, you'll be more upset than I will. I guarantee you that. You'll be mad at my comeback than I would be mad with you striking against me. I guarantee you that. 100% guarantee it. But appreciate everybody looking in. I'm not going to shut the live stream down. If anybody want to call in, the number is 443-376-8842. If you want to call in, be my guest. Call in. Chat with Ace. Don't mind. Getting close to dinner time. Wifey probably cooking something delicious. So I'll hang on for a few more minutes. You know, if you did want to call in, be my guest. Call in. Give your point of view about what you feel about this topic if you want. If not, it's cool with me. But at the end of the day, we gotta do better with what we think and what we feel in life. We gotta do better. We gotta do better in the aspect of stop blaming people, put the focus on what we do, so that each person, once they get established and where they want to be or how they feel in life, then we can help other people. We can move forward. It's just what I believe. Now, you don't have to believe that. You don't even have to rally behind that. But I believe it. Big up to all the flat earth community. Peace. Peace to everybody in the chat room. Thank you for being participants today's live stream. Me and one of my boys had a good talk today, man. You know what I'm saying? He out there holding it down in Texas. You know, peace to my brother. You know what I mean? Good dude, married, strong family. He's raising, I mean, he's doing good things, man. Positive brother. He hit me up today, was like, yo, bro, just checking on you. Appreciate the love for you, bro. Keep it up. Keep the good work up. Holding it down. Right there in the heart of Texas, where all of the madness is, where all of the racial hatred stuff probably is, I would think, to some extent. Just speaking, I don't know. But I would think so. Because anytime I hear Texas, that's what comes to my mind is racial stuff. Pure white country people. But anyway, all I'm saying is I appreciate y'all support. Appreciate you being a part of this chat room. Aces in the hole. Appreciate all of you guys. Y'all have been an asset to the broadcast and the live stream. What your input that you give has been vital, because I take that and take the things that have been shared, and then on a later time, if I need to apply it, I use that and apply it to something else and give the credit or the acknowledgement, if I remember who said it, and give it to them. You know, give that acknowledgement and credit to you guys for being in there, giving your wisdom, because we all have been through things and treaded ground that maybe somebody else haven't. We all been through life experiences that people haven't. So when we share these things, what we're doing is actually strengthening each other and somebody else that may be looking in or have not been through what we've been through. So much respect to all of you guys out there. Much respect to my wife, Queen C. Much respect to Logic Food, Clothing, Shelter. If you have not subscribed to his channel, do so at this time. If you have not subscribed to Logic Food, Clothing, and Shelter, please subscribe to the brother's channel. Me and him been building for a minute. Good brother, man. Have nothing bad to say about the brother. Good brother, good strong dude, man. You know, his mind is sharp. You know, and I rocks with him because even though we might differ on some things, at the end of the day, he's proven that his character is what it is. He showed me that his character has been consistent when I first met him, have not varied or changed from it. And I rocks with him. No matter whoever talks about him, whoever says what they want to say, I rocks with the brother because I've seen his consistency and who he say he was. All these other people have came and gone, and you can see them now trolling, acting a fool, acting crazy. Now the true colors of the people that I thought was real people or thought that they was genuineness, now their actions are showing who they really was. This brother has been consistent through the time from the day I've met him. He's been the same consistent person, and I rocks with him. So God bless you, brother. And I say, oh yeah, subscribe to our page, Logic and Ace versus the World. That's one of our pages. We spit fire on there. We do things, and that's kind of like, you know, the yin and the yang. You go in there and you'll experience that other side that we try to bring to YouTube without being ratchet or without being distasteful. But we do bring another side to what we do and how we build. All right. So if you don't mind, if you would like to, subscribe to that channel too. It's a great channel. We provide different things. We have different nights where we might play music. You know, I have a gospel night, play gospel rap. He has a R&B night, play R&B music and rap night. So there's different things we try to offer that keeps the attention of those who are subscribed to us and those who might want to, you know, tangle a little bit on the wild side, but not be ratchet or not lose our characters or our morals, you know. But we will defend ourselves, and we might use that page to do it. Trust me, we will. Anybody that comes against me, and I know the brother is well equipped to come to fight his battle. So anybody that come against him, don't think that brother's not going to fight you back. And don't think that I'm not going to fight you back. Don't think that's not going to happen. Because you come against me, I'm coming full force, and I'm coming with everything I got. And don't think that I'm going to let you come against my family or anything that I believe and I fight for on a day-to-day basis, and let somebody that is beneath me that don't have no morals, no skills, no nothing to bring to the plateau come against me and I not say nothing. You got another thing coming. That'll never happen. Never. But love you guys. Love the energy. Love what you bring to the yeah, no doubt. He puts the links in there, all right? So if you have not subscribed, if you would love to, we appreciate you coming aboard, being a part of our chats, being a part of what we do. It's been exciting. And we've climbed to the success of what we do. It's showing. It's showing. What we do is showing on our other channel. It's showing on our channels. Our success is showing by far. And we ain't had to bash nobody else to do this. We're taking flight because we're doing things that we set out to do, irregardless of what's coming against us. We're not using people. We're not bashing people. Any of our videos you see, it's in defense. Let me throw that out there. It's in defense. Not us starting things, but defending what we stand for. And that's what we do. So appreciate you. Tiffany Smith, appreciate you being in there. It's the first time I really recognized your name, but I give you respect for being in our chat, giving the wisdom that you have shared and some of the input. I appreciate you much. I appreciate Mother Nature. Appreciate you being in this chat, giving your wisdom, giving the things that you talk about and what you say. Everybody has a different walk of life and things they see from their view, from their viewpoint. So much respect to my wife, Queen C, who's always holding the hubby down. She had been under the weather with a cold, but for the most part, you know, she's coming along. She's doing a little better. So I love you. Peace to my mommy. Want to say peace to George Garcia's faithful subscriber and faithful supporter of Ace Corner Talk, Logic, Food, Clothing, Shelter, and our newer page, Logic and Ace versus the World. He has been a great supporter. So George Garcia's my brother. Peace to you. Good to see you in the chat. Of course, always Logic, my main man. Food, Clothing, Shelter. Peace to you, good brother. I want to say haven't had no trolls today. That's a good thing. I know they're watching, but thank God we ain't had no interruptions. Oh, Mr. Mason Carter, my main man, one of the brothers that I ride with. Peace to you, married man, established man, working hard in the city of Baltimore. God bless you, man. Always a pleasure to see you come through. It's one of my buddies, man, and he definitely is full of wisdom and full of knowledge. And I like that brother, man. He keeps that same wisdom on a brother. Like he, you know, like a big brother to me. Like, hey, you know, watch how you ride, or you know, slow it down or something. Whatever. He just keeps the wisdom there. And the brother is a good brother to be acquainted with. So peace to you, my man. And being self, peace. Glad you was a part of this chat. Kane, peace to you. I'll hit you up later. Go over what we're going to do Saturday, riding or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Peace to you, my brother. Love you. Peace to everybody that has been a participant of this broadcast. Love you all. Peace to all of you. And I think me and Logic may go on later on Logic and Ace versus the World. All right. So I think we're going to hit that broadcast or hit that live stream a little later. So if you don't mind being a part of that broadcast, come aboard. It's going to be interesting and fun. I want to say peace to the Mexico. I want to say peace to what was that? I want to say peace to Cat's Eyes, and peace to Your Sweet Place, and peace to all of those who support Logic and Ace versus the World. And all of the names I haven't called, not because I'm not interested in recognizing you, just because I might not remember every single detail of every name, but I know there's been more people that have been participants of that broadcast. So I thank you much for all of those who continue to support our channels, continue to drop links, continue to drop positivity in the back chats. Whatever y'all do, thank you for it. We love you guys. Continue to support, subscribe, and share the channels, and help us grow as a channel as we grow as a community or a family of people who are trying to do something positive. maybe one day we'll be able to start doing some substantial things that we all can say, this is something we had a part of. We'll get there, though. All right? So peace to all of you guys. One love. This is Ace Boogie. I'm out.